Good evening. I would like to talk today about just a slightly a brief talking about Spiritism. I'm a Spiritist myself, so I'll be telling you what Spiritism means, and in a few words, what it means and what it's all about. Okay, Spiritism was a doctrine codified by the French-born educator called Allan Kardec. He was from Lyon, and it happened in the 19th century, mid-19th century. Allan Kardec was invited by a friend of his to participate in the reunions, meetings that used to entertain the French society and also the British society. It was the turning tables. So the tables used to talk according to the participants, and there was great amusement about it. So Allan Kardec was a skeptical man, so he was from a Christian education, but he was a man of reason, so he was invited, and with some hesitation, after a few times that his friend insisted of him to visiting these meetings, he accepted. And then he was surprised to see that there were actually phenomena going on. So he was mostly curious about those phenomena. But as a man of reason, he didn't believe that the tables would turn by themselves, because they were matter which had no intelligence, or at least no sufficient intelligence in order to be moving around and shaking. And so Allan Kardec, led by curiosity, he carried on attending those meetings. So at one point, the characteristics of those phenomena started to change a little bit, and they became more serious. So the communication started to getting more and more meaningful. And so Allan Kardec, as from then on, he was invited by those intelligent beings, which were called the spirits, who were the actual force behind those phenomena. He was invited to write books. So he was firstly invited to write the Spiritist book, so the Spirits book, the book of the spirits. And so he was told that he had a mission to the world. So 5 books were wrote in a few years' time, and it was the work of it's called the codification of Spiritism. 5 books, and there the Spiritism was born as a doctrine or philosophy or religion. Spiritism phenomena, although always existed in the world during Jesus' time, Moses, in all countries and societies, there were always been Spiritism phenomena happening. Because the Spiritism is the relation between the physical and the non-physical world, as to say, which means is the relation between the spirits and mankind, or the visible and the invisible world. So the 5 main topics of Spiritism are the immortality of the soul, reincarnation, the communication with the spiritists, or the communication with the spirits, or as to say, men and women who died and are in the spiritual world, so the communication between the physical and non-physical world, reincarnation, the law of cause and effect, inhabited worlds, which means all planets are inhabited. We may not see it, be able to see it with our eyes, but they are inhabited. And the ethics taught by Jesus Christ. So Spiritism sees Jesus as a man of highly evolved soul. So Jesus would be the future of us. So we are all divine, as to say, and Jesus was not more divine than we are. So we are equal. The only difference would be to say that Jesus is an evolved spirit who was committed to this planet. So he incarnated in this planet to teach us lessons of compassion, solidarity, love, forgiveness, and to help us to evolve and to lift us from where we were before to where we are now. So Spiritism is a philosophy, it's a science and religion at the same time. It's a philosophy because it presents us a code of ethics, an idea of heaven and earth, hell and paradise, suffering, and it presents us philosophy to live life. It's a religion because it links us to God, whatever God means, and teaches what God is and how to communicate with the spiritual world, how to communicate with our divine beings. So it's a science because through mediumship, which is the communication between the two worlds, physical and non-physical, through the mediumship, Spiritism puts itself as a science. As myself as a medium, I used to say, I don't believe in everything I'm saying. I know about everything I'm saying, which makes a difference. Knowing and believing are two different things. They can work together, but they don't necessarily need to be the same thing. So, I am very happy to be sharing with you these knowledgements, and I hope you, if you are watching this video, you are more curious about what Spiritism means. You can always search in the Google, find your own research, do your own research and find out more and more. So you can make another video like I'm doing, and I will be glad to be watching you too, because it's nice to be learning, it's nice to be open to whatever new, so we can always make it up what we think is right and what we think is not right, and choose it and pick it from there. So thank you very much for your attention, and I hope you are happy and you'll be happy. Thank you. Bye now.